Okay, so next is cleaning the gratting off. What I suggest is have it on a counter or somewhere that you can actually pick up all the gratting powder. Please do not throw any of the grat mixture or anything down the sink, because that will clog up your drains. So the mixing part that we had earlier, I just threw it in the bin. So literally scoop it out with a paper towel and just throw it in the bin. To wipe back, I use a paper towel, just a normal kitchen paper towel. So what you want is you want to be able to wipe it back. Okay, so you don't want to have to wipe it out of the grooves. You just want to wipe it back off of the towels, because obviously you want it to stay in the grooves. And this is where you can be a little bit fussier after the fact with your tool. So I'm just wiping it off the actual mosaics. You can see some of it's staying behind, some of it's moving. You've obviously got different size mosaics as well, so be conscious of that. I tend to wipe the sides every now and then. Just wiping around, trying not to scoop out any of the gratting obviously in between the tiles, because that's why it's there. It's keeping the tiles there, but just cleaning it off as much as you can now. So it's still a little bit wet. I'd like it a little bit drier, but leave it for another 5 minutes after this before you actually scrub it or do anything with it. So I'm just going to push that away. I don't like to use a wet cloth at this stage. Sometimes you can actually go around in a circular motion, but just be conscious or cautious that you're not wiping it out from the grooves. If it starts going from the grooves, then you know it's not dry yet for you to start wiping back. Just give it another 5 minutes, but please do not let it stand for another half an hour. Come back and you can't get the gratting off the tiles, because that can happen. So just wiping back as much as possible. There you go. All right. And then once that's done, let it dry completely. And then you can, if you are that type of person that has to clean the tiles off perfectly, you can then take the scrapey tool when it's more dry, not now because it's quite damp and wet for me at the minute, and can actually clean away from it. So you can clean away from the actual tiles itself. But yeah, that's pretty much everything done. And I use this container so I can just clean it out rather than being on my countertop. I can just clean it out afterwards. Okay, and just turn a piece of paper over. And I'm always holding it at an angle, so if I'm buffing and it's going downward, it will just fall into the container. So you can use a wet cloth. I don't suggest right now, because I say it is still wet and you want to add too much liquid to it, but this is just damp. It's not dripping wet, it's just damp, and you could wipe away with it. So I would start with a paper towel first. If you feel you're not cleaning it off enough, I would then get a damp cloth, but be very, very careful. You don't want to wipe, like I say, all the gratting out from the grooves. The gratting is supposed to stay inside the tiles, in between the tiles, I mean. Okay, and that's pretty much as far as I'll take it. I'll let it dry completely. If you want to buff this after the fact and make it more shiny, because obviously it's going to have the residue of the gratting still on the top of the tiles, you can then use a paper towel, put a bit of white wine vinegar on it and give it a good old buff. But this is once it's dry completely. And that's it. That's your robin all completely done.